So let's just start. Going to build a Flask application, web application. I'll explain a little bit of Python basics because we're going to do some cool stuff. First of all, inheritance in object-oriented class programming. Just take a look at this. So we have class A. It has just something really basic. Takes a message. Then we have the hello. So print self dot message. We found pi. So print pi. Favorite message. Something really shitty. So we have k, an object, and messages dot 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 k dot hello k dot pi. So let's just what sorry. What the fuck? Well, can you hear me? So we just created this class A, and which create a class U. It is exactly like it, but differs in the function hello. So just like this, he called me this because we're cool hackers. Then hello, and we have like O equals new double dot audit hello audit fine, and we just see the output. Oh, sorry. You see, like the output is the same except hello. Did you just get what we want to output? So, so just like this is so ugly, and you don't really need to rewrite the same code. Just like so shit. So you can use something in Python called inheritance. It's in Java, C++, all these programming languages support it. Just like delete this, let's say A, and we just got the same thing, but in less code. Did you understand what we achieved right team? Just type in the chat. Okay, I'm really sorry. I didn't prepare a lot. So next step is decorators and variables. We have this function k. This return hello. So you see that it's like k and type going to act hello. But we can do something cooler if we just want to take this output and plug it into an actual function. So we can just say um, inside we have a wrap function. Inside this we're going to say uh, this, that's going to take a message, and the message is message really simple, and if return route func, and we just say m, and now we just run it. Let's see what the output. Oh, sorry. Mm. What the fuck? The fuck is just a little bit? I want to debug. So there was fucking thing wrong, and we restart. We have this function. It just says if we just run it, say name, it's going to ask for pops. So we're just going to create a variable like hello name, going to take a name, then rather func. It's going to return hello me f. So I just add rather fuck. Yeah, fuck is wrong. Yeah, let's figure this out. so it got fixed. Turns out I'm stupid, just so stupid. We just start from beginning and act like nothing really happened. So we have a function, say name, and this function will return a name pops. Are you here? Just comment if you're here. And say name, just type something to if you're still here. It's going to return pops. Then I'm going to add a function to wrap the content of the other function. Are you here? Bro. Okay. So we're going to wrap this function like this. Alright. Say hello. Inside of it's going to take a message or a name. So you'll have a rubber function. And we're going to return the hello message. So what was my error is that's name is a function, if you see. So I just should do it like this and return the other function and type this hello pops. Did you see just the output? So basically we just took the output of one function, then wrapped it inside another function. Really basic, but that's not the best explanation. I just wish you just got it. Just we took this, returned it. Really big. So let's just start by doing the whole thing. The flask application. We have this main.py. Save. Yeah. So we just start by importing flask from flask import flask out equals flask underscore name. So we're just defining an app. That's all. Name means main.py. So if we just print it, we're going setting a name for main.py for our sure name.py. Then like this. We're just defining our application. So then we're going to say like output root slash define index. That's the wrapper we were talking about, explaining how it works. So we're going to return if anyone hits slash, we're going to return hello world. You just see it. So let's just hope it works. And it worked. Now let's just start our Flask application. We have a couple of ways. First way is to just write this Flask, but we need to define a couple of environment variables for our scripts and this type of stuff. I just don't like this way for our debugging, so I just run it like this. Average run debug was true, but if you're in production environment, use the other way. You can find it on the documentation. So just like this, we got our Flask application working. So hello world, as you just see it. Really shitty thing. So let's just start by building something cooler, something like better. Uh, that app the truth means if anyone hits slash give him this. Did you just understand what I said? Slash posts. Oh, sorry. Yeah, like this index. I mean index. Uh, can you comment? Type something if there's a problem. Okay. So going to a page for posts. We have a users dictionary file like JSON. In a real application, it would be like fetching it from a database, like MySQL, Postgres. I think I will just use a dictionary and key. So index is just going to return hello users username, something really basic. Then we're going to create a posts page, like define posts and return the posts. But at this moment, we just refine. We got key, but there's a little problem here. This thing is so fucking shitty. Like, who would like to use it? Really bad. So I'm going to use something better. As we know, Flask is a framework using Jinja to a templating engine. Just like fetch templates from files and makes it more dynamic. Like, well, you just get it like Flask import render template. So this function contacts Jinja 2, which is a templating engine, and Flask is just like an API fetches our templates and give them to Jinja 2 and just returns it to us. So how we're going to use it? We're going first of all just like this your template index.html. But what should be inside index.html? We just need to create fuck. Yeah, so we're going to create a templates folder, just the uh, default Flask configuration. We create a folder called templates. Inside it we put templates. So we have index.html. This moment, just like this, just in the code, we get our HTML file. So we have this index. Inside it, we can set our own code inside here because it's templating in not just a normal index.html. Like we have some code inside it. That's why it's called a template, I think. So it's like this h1 hello user. Yes, we're creating a template for our code because just using this return thing is just so bad. Like our code become a mess. Here just got me creating a string, returning a lot of pain. So and render the template is interacting with the templating engine called Jinja 2. If you you just Google Jinja 2, Jinja 2, it's a web templating engine for Python. And Flask is just like a framework for interacting with it. You can use Django too. But in here we're going to use Flask. So let's just continue. Uh, we have this user. How is our Jinja 2 going to know user? Just like this. We find our user variable like this. Users, username. So if we just like yeah, if we get save it. Okay, same thing but in a nicer way. So let's just make it more dynamic. We can say if title exists, with our own dynamic title, else say title not found, and at the end, and if like this. So that's a template. Now if we just didn't give it title, title not found, so we're going to say title equals index, and we got a working dynamic page. Still, it's just so fucking shitty. Let's just create something cooler, like posts. We get just hit a page, it has posts. So like let's create an array with dictionaries. As I said earlier, this should be like fetching data from database, but it will be just a pain in the ass for just this video. So I'll just use built-in Python data types. So we have like author, and content. The author is going to be named like a noun. Hey there. Now in the posts, pop content, hello world. Something really basic. So now let's just create a what's wrong with me? Oh yeah, post page. There's some naming shit. So at this moment we can just say like render posts with HTML. But we don't have a template for it, so let's just create it. Posts with HTML. So we start just with the same thing. Just copy it. But instead of this, you have to say for post and posts and for like div. You just create a div. So like maybe we just make it p. And then also uh, post dot also and content post dot content, something really easy. Inside of here, we're going to set a PR, like a break. So just to make each one in a new line. Then you just run it and give it a variable post. We want post, and let's just hope it works. Post, yes, it worked, as you see. But we have a little problem here. Since we're cool programmers, we can't just reuse same stuff. If you looked at this, you have stuff in here, same stuff in here, and inside. So just a lot of shit to do. So since we are just cool programmers, we can make something cooler. Let's look at this. We can create a base file. Did you remember the object-oriented thing I spoke about inheritance, taking one class and another class? Just a little bit change. Same thing is going on here. We have just a little bit. Let's change just like this. So why not create the same thing? It's just program. It's so cool. So we can just say extend, not extend. Sorry. We'll take this whole thing, paste it in here. Instead of this, we're going to say block content. We're defining a block called content and block. Really easy. And inside of here, we're going to say extends. It's just inheriting base.html inherited from this file and block content and block. And we're going to get the same output. This is just right index. Cool. So let's just apply it inside of here too. Take this, remove this, extend is.html and block content and block. Same thing, just literally the same thing. And let's just try post, same thing. Well, you should Google them because you can just spend the whole session talking about inheritance in general, like just really big. Uh, I just know it in Java, Python, C++. I just don't really have really strict stuff about it. I just continue. I don't know if the other guy is still listening actually. Can you just comment if you're just still here? It's becoming a 101 session. So yeah, we just have post.html, base.html. Now, still, it's not so dynamic. Okay, hope you're enjoying it, this session. So this thing is so shitty. Like no dynamic stuff. Let's just make something really cool. A login forum. Like I always wanted to make such a thing and brute force it. In this session, we're going to create a login thing and brute force it. No problem, Doctor Something. Now we're going to say to create a login thing. We can just create our own forms and stuff, but just a lot of code. We can just code it. It's going to take weeks just to code this. So some cool guys create a thing called pip3 install WTF flask. or something like this. Just Google it, you will find it. I don't remember, like, let me just create .tf dash flask. No, .tf flask. Hmm. I don't have a thing for it. It's called WTF phones or something like. Let's just Google it. WTF phones. Data. That's it. Just like a library for doing cool stuff like phones and submission, because just too complex to create such a thing from scratch. Just a lot of work, like flask dash WTF if you want to install it. Now let's start calling. We have from WTF forms, no, flask WTF import uh, flask form class loading form. No, just like Python, so let's use the naming of Python. Flask form. That's camel casing. Camel casing is for Java and JavaScript. Some people use it in Python, but just cooler. And we're going to do inheritance in here too, like this. And we just got our login form. No, it's just not so easy. We're going to get some stuff again from the library. tf w t forms import password field, string field, submit field, boolean field. What means like a field for password, field for our username, field for remember me, field for a submission. So we're just going to do like password equals password field, and we're just going to need one last thing from WT forms with validators import data required. I'll just explain this shit. At this moment, we're going to say like label equals password and validators equal list data required. Yeah, data required. Then username equals string field label equals user name validators data required, just the same thing. Then for remember me, we have a boolean field labeled remember me. Then submission submit equals submit field label submit. So at this moment we have like a password, username, just a field for each thing. Do you understand this? Like something really easy. So at the truth login define or so we're going to define a way to create our own login thing. So let's say my phone. Let's just initialize our object form login form. Let's create our own object at this moment, our own phone. So you just my phone validate and submit. and we're going to return to I think so. Let's return to we're going to redirect the user to index. So from here, redirect, input redirect, and flash, and nothing. Oh, so redirect slash index. So if the user submitted it, it's going to index. Now else you want to return uh, return say our login page uh, render template slash login.html. Let's create a template. What do you mean by block? I don't know. Extend base.html block content and block. Oh, at this moment, like we just create our own form. Inside we have like how do you call it? Just let me remember. So we'll start by a form dot hidden. Let's call what? Let me just look at my underscore tag. So this thing is for CSRF protection. Like if you just see it, wait, there is a CSRF token for so only our user can submit. Other people can just submit to our website from. You can just Google for CSRF attacks. You just don't understand the purpose of this. Now I'm going to be like form. You just start by building it form dot password, no, dot username, dot label, thing like this. No, then form dot username dot size 32. You just call it best. And then password. Remember me. Submit. Submit. This, let's just wish it just works. Login. Reload. We have got everyone to me. First of all, we're going to pass our phone to it. Basically, like my phone. And for CSRF protection, we need a key to encrypt our tokens. So, like this. we have app.config secret is called key equals secret. In a production environment, you shouldn't like put something like this. It should be like random 32 characters long secret key to encrypt out your stuff. That's going to be used over HTTPS and all the encryption. You can just specify a unique one just for self protection. But we're just making something for fun, so you don't need to create really big thing. We just push it works now. Oh, so what is wrong with this? We have like I think I got it. Like this. I'm sorry guys, but yeah, it's working now. Oh, let's just make it better. So we have like this. You can do P. I think we can just put inside a div. Yeah, it's working now. And let's just try to make it pretty. Yeah, it's working now. Did you just see what we got like right here? Cool stuff. There's something wrong in here. Oh, look at this. Submit that submit field. Yeah, you just try this. There's a little bit of a problem right here. You just say this and we submit. It's just not working. So how we're going to fix it is I guess this way. Form method equals post action. So it's just going to submit a post request. This page, the page inside it. So like this. Mm, this is not allowed. That's a problem. So our problem lies right here. So that Flask doesn't allow more than get request method for HTTP request. So we need to may allow other requests. So we say method get post, and now it's working. Still, it's not so cool. So let's just make it better. So what we can do right here, we can say flash. So you want to set a flash message, flash that someone tried to log in, like this. If p login requested for username uh, my form dot username dot data. I'm not pretty sure about it. And remember only So now, like, we get back to base and create a. I'll just create something cool this minute. Header, navigation bar. I don't really know. Just create something. So like a ref slash index. No, let's just get the flash message. So we would say like for with uh, message is equals get underscore flash underscore messages. You want to get it from underscore flash messages for message and messages h1 no it has this message really easy thing and for and with and just try to flash it. Login and go. Did you see what happened at this moment? We get a flash message. Cool. Can you just comment or type something because I'm feeling like talking to myself. Really, guys. Really cool thing. So we just finished building the shitty thing. What happened right here? Oh, the XSS filtering happened on you. So we just need to use this. Yeah, if you don't understand anything, just tell me because I have lots of time. You can explain as much as you want. We just fix it by just inside here and say please. Login. No, it's working. So we got working something like a working application. You see, like just IDK. We can log in, see posts. But still, let's just make one last change. Change the username on login. So like on here, you need to say user name equal my underscore before username with data login dot. You see, like we change the user. Now, if it was a real application, we would just do a SQL query and see what happened, just if the user exists and stuff. But right here, we just don't have any database because we're just learning Flask here, not SQL. So let's make something change or like a login. So we are going to say this if my phone underscore. I'm going to change the user just for full stuff, but I'm going to check for the password. If you my phone dot password dot data equals 123 return index else more return h1 invalid password. Seriously, youth. Look at this fucking stupid bug. So like this, login, admin, that password. So we have some like authorization. Still, it's not so cool. So I just finished building the real application that we're going to build now. Let's just start exploring bugs. What could go wrong? Do you have any question before we just start building bugs and exploiting this application, this really basic application? Can you just please type something? So, just don't have any question. You just start exploiting it then. Now, we're going to start by CSRFs, how we can spot them. So, a CSRF is like, we have this login. Just look at this, really basic. And an attacker just creates the same login form, but on his website. So, and same stuff like this form, action, request, and stuff. So, if we just enter the attacker website, we will have a JavaScript code that is going to execute this form, submit it. So, after getting it submitted, we will just log in as the attacker account. So if we have an XSS or something for advertisement, all the victims are going to enter the user that the attacker wants them to enter. But they create a thing called self token. It just protects people. So if we are on a bug bounty program and you saw this, it just means the end of the game, because you can just see surf anything. I just read a blog like a couple of days ago. They found the same thing, but there was a little problem inside of it. The surf token was existing, but they were using a customized server. So whatever is here just doesn't matter. It just drop trash. Like the server is just checking if it exists, like something like this. Like if csurf token and continue. So any attacker can just place the surf token he wants, and you get a free csurf. But inside here, we can't do it yet because the people who create Flask are just really cool. They don't have any bug in their code. So if there is any bug in Flask code, most of the time, most of it, it's because the developers decided to make something customized. So inside of here, how a csurf may exist, we just need to say csurf underscore enabled underscore enabled equals false, I think, underscore protection. Surf protection underscore enabled equals false. Just refresh it. Nah. Electron 7 protection. Like this. Just let me just see. So slide. I don't really know what I'm trying. So I think like enabled. Just did you see just disappear because there's no longer any protection. So if you saw something like this, surf may be there's a surfing. You can get the payload from payload all these things. I think it's so bad. So just hit payload all the things with CSRF payloads, create a HTML page, and it will work. I'm sure I tried it. Maybe like I have some anything like here. Explore it. Want to CSRF this thing. That's it. I created it. It's going to log in as a CSRF user. Let me just try it really quick. Let's disable our cool login thing because it's just to demonstrate this CSRF. So right, did you see what happened? We just logged in as user CSRF, but we just didn't click anything. Just hit the website. The will just look like this. Even with any submit. Something really easy, but it will be so harmful. Like if it was on let user or buy something on Amazon. Imagine like you can let user buy your product without even knowing. So let's keep this in mind if you're doing bug bounties. Really rarely you could see such a thing. Yeah, counter takeover. Depends on the program. So yeah, next bug, XSS. So XSS may happen inside Flask in two attack vectors. First one is I just did some sort of there may be another attack vector but I found only two. Side index with HTML. If we just say it like this, a ref equals like this. What the fuck? Yeah, inside of it. And user input. Just don't trust user input. And in user input we just say it like in the name of by we said if secret should equal to secret equal let's import something in here called request if request dot param no dot url dot param dot url get url dot all the fishes called I will just take a look at my code that I wrote before the stream. Index. Oh. Request.url. Just Google it really quickly. get I don't know how to oh I just remembered it. Let's get url.get no registry args args.get secret. So we have a secret parameter. If we just pass it, to return same thing, but with a secret that equals our secret or user input, stupid user input. So inside of index of HTML, we just want to say if secret inside frame. Yeah. The name of it and if this just working share. So we have like secret, like, it's just not so normal. Let's just say secret. Oh. Okay. Oh, I just forgot everything. Yeah, you click on cables. K doesn't exist. So the tag vector is like this. Alert 1. Oh, I forgot to type something here. Click me. And click me. We get an XSS. That's the first cross-site scripting tag vector. Second tag vector is when we have custom photo for pages like this. App dot what is it called? Air handler 404 define and let's call air with nothing past to it. Return request.url. You see it. Document not found. File 404. So we just say something like this. Let's go okay. Error. So our user input is getting reflected. So as you see, we get user input just reflected inside of here. So let's just try to inject some stuff like this. Look at this, we get URL collect stuff. So maybe the developer is so stupid, or for other purposes just did something really stupid, but they just hope all the devs in the world get stupid like him. They'll get parse import or quote. What happens is we're going to decode it, or URL decode it, because it's just right here and the less than sign, but in URL decoded. So now we just get something cool. just try to do source equals x on error equals alert 1. So the XSS auditor that well, at this moment I just use Firefox. Well, I just use Firefox because I'm just too lazy to craft a payload working for Chrome. Or get an XSS. Yes, see it. That's the only places that I was able to find XSS in. Like, just you should return stuff and XSS. Now for the big thing, the cool thing, uh, template injection. So what template injection means is we have this thing, Jinja 2. If our user input just get inputted to Jinja 2 directly without getting like filtered or anything, what can go wrong? Like you shouldn't trust your input. So if we're just feeding it to Jinja 2, what could go wrong? Let's just see. So we have render template string. So we are going to render a template from a string, not a file. This one is for files. So here we have like this little thing called secret. Secret is just no longer going to be our secret get request parameter. We're just not going to return it. Let's return something else. It should be like a whole block like this. So secret inside of here is going to be render template string, and as you see, it could go wrong like index secret. So yeah, see, okay, getting back to us. So what could go wrong? Said so. Try to fuzz it with stuff like this. One, not like the one. It should result something like this. But where did everything go? A template. So just everything inside here is getting executed. If you just see. Now, something cool, I'm going to show you something cool, and I want you just to guess why does this give an error? Guess why does this, what is wrong? Can you tell me? I know uh, why, but I just want you to kind of think a little bit, feel like I'm teaching someone something. It's not from stuff like I taught, but I just want to know your expertise or something. Did you get it, guys? And just comment. Just something really easy. If you just don't know it from just looking, I'll explain. You get it or not. So, so can you tell me what happened? Yeah, just talk something like I just don't know if I talk to myself. So You just go. Yeah, both of them are like one, so nothing so special. Oh, okay. I just get a little bit far from the laptop. I just uh, want you to know what is wrong. Why does this error go wrong? I know why, but I just want you to think a little bit. If you can hear me, can you just comment something like yes, like 1 plus 1? Yeah, but oh shit, like it just sucks, guys. I can't just fix it. So I can tell you why. If you just look at the specs for URLs or URIs in this whole thing, you're going to see that the plus means a like this space or something like this. So this plus is not going to range 2, it's going as a space. So if we just open like Python 3, Python 3.1.1, we can invite syntax because just what does this mean? So how we can fix this? We can just encode it. So like hex plus oh, and URI encode your functions with encode. Say plus encode it and it's 2 now, yet fixed. So just keep in mind this stuff like may happen. So just take a look at the specs or why does this happen, like try to do it manually. What happened is like plus got parsed as a space. So yeah, that now let's just continue. So when we just server-side tenant injection is the name of this specific vulnerability. So we can just execute whatever code we want, like 500, we get 1000. So it is something easy. So after this, let's just say you got it on a bug bounty program and you want just to submit it. So at this moment, just not so good to continue in a bug bounty program because they may get angry because you're just like uh, doing weird stuff on their servers. So you need just to submit this and tell them said that you want to leverage it. Can you try? Just if they give you their permission, just keep going. I mean it. So what you can do is just type like payload all these things and hit the server side tenant injection payloads. You can get like code for spawning a shell or something like this. So we can just say at this moment like print one. Oh, exclamation mark. What have? Oh yeah. So we need to do it like this. We got a code getting executed, like the recital injection. That's so cool. But you can say server recital injection. But open the tree. Let's look at this. You can it's a password or like get really cool stuff. So we can just type in here. I think it's just globe. Uh, oh shit! I just Genjutsu. Gen yeah, that's it. Config.items. So I think this is just enough for illustrating an impact proof of concepts. So we can just read all the config. This was a real thing. We just own them at this moment after reading all this their configuration. So thank you for just being here, and that's the end of the session. I'm really sorry. It was just like the shittiest thing I have ever done in my life. So if you have any question or something that you didn't understand, please just tell me at this moment or contact me on Discord. Really thank you guys. And, I'm sure like you didn't enjoy it because like it's so fucking shitty. Uh, I'm not really sure. You can give me a Discord call and I can just we explain stuff because that stuff went wrong during the video. I just want everything to be so good to share it. I will just speak with the admin, see what he thinks. Okay, guys. So you have no question at this moment, so I can just leave in peace, and we can all just go do something else, like hunt for bugs or something, bug bounty programs. So, bye.